warm sunshine and crystal clear waters. It's a Caribbean cocktail that lures thousands of visitors every year. And these warm waters are also ideal conditions for one of the planet's richest habitats, the coral reefs. But this beautiful world is fraught with danger too. Thousands of ships have foundered on the Caribbean's reefs. Today, the pirates and their gold doubloons are gone. But there is still treasure to be found here. The living treasure of the Caribbean's reefs and wrecks. Dotted throughout the Caribbean are more than 7,000 islands, with pristine beaches ringed by coral reefs. Many of these islands form a long chain that creates a breakwater between the rough Atlantic Ocean to the east and the warm, sheltered waters of the Caribbean Sea. Many of the reefs found here run parallel to the island shores. They help protect the coastline from the constant pounding of the waves, and they also support a huge variety of life. Many of these fish and corals live nowhere else. The driving force behind this whole community is the coral reef. Fish like blue tangs feed on algae growing on the reef, which helps to keep the coral healthy too. Other fish come here to be cleaned at special cleaning stations up and down the reef. Fish like Creole wrasse drop in to be pampered top to tail. It keeps them healthy, while the payoff for their small attendance is a feed. This grooming is a win-win situation, but it does require a gentle touch. Shrimp tackle even the most sensitive parts. They delicately hoover up tidbits from in between a red hind's gills, and even give the fish a floss. Others use the reef for cover. Caribbean reef squid are remarkable quick-change artists. They take on the colors, shapes, and patterns of the reef to hoodwink predators. Once danger's past, they switch colors again, but this time to communicate with other squid. A courting male flashes bright white one side to ward off rivals, but he shows his mate his darker, wild side.
And when we started dancing to me, he said, for you, I'm crazy like mad. For you, I'm crazy like mad. Come dance with me, and you will see, for you, I'm crazy like mad.
female seems to like his true colors and finally accepts his gift of sperm. But there'd be none of this hustle and bustle without the reef itself. And many of the reefs would not exist without the islands. From a few meters to more than 100 miles across, thousands of Caribbean islands offer shallow waters where the shoreline meets the sea. The ideal starting point for reefs to grow. Although they look like underwater gardens, reefs are built by billions and billions of tiny animals. These animals are coral polyps, and they live together in huge colonies, creating the intricate structures on the reef. It's the soft corals that resemble plants, swaying in the current like in a gentle breeze. But the true reef builders and the bedrock of this whole environment are hard corals, like this brain coral, which may grow almost 2 meters across. Hard corals have a tough external skeleton, and over time, they form the backbone of the reef on which the rest of the community can grow. All this construction work is fueled by the clear Caribbean water and tropical sun. Plenty of light can reach the corals, which is vital because living inside corals are tiny plants, algae, which help make their food. Algae convert the sunlight into nutrients, which the corals use to build the reef. Hard corals get up to 90% of their food this way. But although they depend on daylight, it's at night the corals really come to life. It's now the coral polyps venture out of their protective shells. And turn into tiny predators. Their waving tentacles, covered in stinging cells, trap plankton drifting by.